Da ist schon wieder die Expedition zurück. Level up! Echsenschwanz. Na komm, wir schicken sie nochmal dahin. Na? Du musst auf den ersten Offizier hören und dich ausruhen. Keine Sorge, wir kümmern uns schon um das Schiff. Wieso sollen wir auf ihn hören? Wir haben das doch vorgeschlagen mit dem Ausruhen und der Pause. Also, ne? Wenn Malakim durch die Bosheit der Menschen verdorben werden, verwandeln sie sich in Drachen. Die Exorzisten benutzen Malakim. Wie konnten sie nichts davon wissen? Wenn Fürst Artorius es wusste, warum hielt er es dann geheim? Wahrscheinlich um eine Massenpanik zu verhindern, weil man so einen Drachen eben nicht einfach umbolzen kann. Ich meine, wir haben den Kampf in Tales of Systeria gesehen. Und ich meine den Kampf gegen den ersten Drachen und nicht den optionalen Drachen. Wo die ganzen, wo schon die ganzen Soldaten kämpfen mussten.
Hey, Kuragane, let me ask you something.
More complaining, is it?
Come on, don't be like that. Every time I turn around, Velvet or one of the pirates is telling me to go make some delivery to some island. I can never get a break.
Isn't that just a sign they think you're a dependable guy?
Maybe, but I don't see them sending you off on errands. It's like they take one look at your face and decide to leave you alone.
I don't have a face.
Oh, right, sorry. The slip of the tongue.
Maybe you just don't know how much work I do around here. It's more than you think. Anything to do with iron, I do it. Making tools, repairing things. What do you take me for? Some kind of cheeky freeloader? I don't even have cheeks.
You're too funny. But doesn't it ever annoy you to have all these kids giving you orders?
I've spent my entire life thinking of nothing but forging swords. It's been centuries since I've interacted with youngsters like them. They can be a hassle, but at least it's a new hassle.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. So I went along with whatever they asked. But I've been too nice, so they keep pushing work onto me. Maybe if I hadn't been so helpful, they would have stayed out of my face like they stay out of yours.
I don't have a face.
That's not the point. Aren't you even listening to what I'm saying here?
You need to make up your mind.
Die zwei sind schon gut.
You and I got on this ship alongside these people, who are putting themselves in great danger in order to live the lives of their choosing. If you don't like it, then go on and get off this ship with your tail between your legs.
Yeah, except I don't have a tail right now.
Ich hoffe, wir müssen nicht wieder runter. Ach stimmt, wir können ja jetzt das Boot einsetzen. Ich habe es eben noch selber gesagt und dann doch wieder vergessen. Hey, komm schon. Ach, Grandma ist hier oben. Ruhe dich etwas aus. Ich bin mir nur nicht sicher, wo wir uns ausruhen sollen. Vielleicht doch im Hauptraum? Oh, wenn hier ja eine Plauderei war, also... Schwer zu sagen. Wo geht's denn hier noch hin? Hier kann man übernachten. Sind wir ganz alleine hier? Ich kann ein paar Betten vorbereiten, wenn ihr euch ausruhen wollt. Ja. Okay, wir bezahlen in unserem eigenen
The
Unterschlupf.
oldest known map of the world was made by... Wow, it took them decades!
You always look so happy when you've got your nose in a book. What's so interesting about the one you've got there?
It's a book about surveying. When I read it, I can imagine myself traveling afar and making maps of the world. It sounds like so much fun.
I know just how you feel. I know Magilu and the others don't understand. But I just can't help but feel excited when I think about us completing a map of the entire world.
It's the thought of treasure that gets me more fired up.
Obviously, there's treasure waiting to be unearthed too, but that's more of a bonus on the side. Crossing uncrossable oceans, going to lands where none have gone before. The voyage itself, the dance with death, these things hold value greater than that of any treasure.
Vor allem bei Eisen ist die Todesgefahr sehr hoch.
Adventure. Truly the romance of the quest we call life.
Luffy said you had a map, didn't you? The one you dropped when we first met?
It's a world map I got when I was with the Abbey, but I only checked out the places really close by. I could hardly call it adventure.
There's more to adventuring than visiting far-off lands and sailing stormy seas, you know. Adventures are about achieving your ambitions and leaping across the walls we've built to protect ourselves, no matter the danger that waits on the other side. There are no big or small adventures.
Even if I only went to Helavis and the Figal ice caps?
Think of it like this. When you sneaked out of town without the Abbey noticing, when you walked the land and compared it to your map, how did that make you feel?
It was scary, but fun. Exhilarating.
Then it was an adventure. The map you made within yourself is a treasure that's only yours.
Wow, my very own treasure.
Putzig. Nee, ich wollte mich jetzt nicht nochmal ausruhen. Ruh dich etwas aus, wir haben uns doch gerade ausgeruht. Dann bleibt mir eigentlich nur noch die Hochsicherheitszelle und eben noch dieser andere Turm beim Eingangsbereich. Da wir aber jetzt unser Board haben, was hier natürlich an jedem Pfosten festhängt, kommen wir aber auch sehr viel schneller zu dieser Hochsicherheitszelle. Wenn man nicht gerade überall festhängt, natürlich. Da wollte ich nicht hin. Muss ich echt noch üben. Aber ich nicht glaube, dass ich da jemals viel besser werde.
Don't push yourself too hard now, Luffy said. You hear me?
I hear you. I just...
Ach stimmt, da muss er wieder hier unten hin, oder? Um da was zu spielen.
I told everyone I could find the Therians, but I've only sent us to the wrong places. Aizen, is there any way to boost a Malak's powers?
I guess it's okay for me to tell you this. The majority of Malakim today have their consciousnesses sealed away to be used as mere tools for the exorcists. But originally, Malakim were beings who received prayers from people, and in return bestowed their blessings upon nature and mankind.
So you're saying that when humans pray to a Malak, the Malak receives great strength?
Yes. In general, at least. Some Malakim, like me, buck the system and bring about misfortune rather than divine grace.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Ja.
But who would ever pray to me?
Maybe you didn't lead us to any Therians, Fee, but it's not like we came back empty-handed. We found Orichalcum to use against Shigure, and we also learned we can hold our own against a dragon.
Velvet.
So where should we go next, Fee?
Northgand! There's a big Earth Pulse point north of Helivis!
Works for me. Eisen?
We can leave whenever you want. Doesn't matter to me.
And I'm all set. Let's make our way to the harbor.
When I say prayers, I don't mean outright worshipping. All I'm talking about are earnest thoughts and feelings directed at you.
I see. So I'm already receiving prayers then.
Ja, genau, und diese Gebete sorgen doch dafür, dass ein Malak nicht zum Drachen wird, oder dass auf jeden Fall die Bosheit nicht so sehr ansteigt. Weil die Menschen sich dann nicht darauf konzentrieren, sich gegenseitig die Köpfe einzuschlagen, sondern eben ihre Wünsche und alles eben an einen Malak richten. Ach, ich hab's schon wieder vergessen. Zum Glück ist das Boot nicht so laut. Ach, die Katzgeister sammle ich jetzt noch mit ein. Oh. Hier wollte ich zwar nicht
It's all
hin,
thanks to you the
aber
construction of
auch
our hideout is proceeding so smoothly.
About that retractable ventilation shutter. Please, let me make a new one.
What? Why? We already installed it and it works just fine.
It's the hinges. When they move, it makes this unbearable squeak. I can hear it every time the wind blows.
Oh, come on, that's nothing. Besides, anything we install is going to rust up once the sea breeze gets to it. More importantly, I'd love it if you made us a nice big pot and a frying pan too.
Not happening. I can't focus with that incessant squeaking. I can't work under these conditions.
Fine. You can make a new shutter. But make us a pot and pan while you're at it.
Can I also fix that autonomous hunter-killer anti-personnel spinning
okay.
blade engine I made the other day?
That too? But you said you were satisfied with how it turned out.
I was at first, but when I thought about it, I realized I forgot to install an off switch. So, can I fix it?
God, yes! Fix it before it kills us all!
Great. Okay. Shutter first, then...
Spinning death machine first!
schön. Auch mal wieder sehr toll hier. Profis alle bei der Arbeit, ne?
Our next target is north of Helivis, near the Faldes ruins. In light of everything we know, I'd say it's highly likely we'll find a Therian there.
Let's hope!
Then we should make our first stop, Port Helivis.
With the, mischief we got into last time, getting into the city might prove difficult.
Benwick, how are things in Helivis right now?
That shipping guild that used to handle our mooring is pretty much toast. But for some reason, the Abbey isn't watching the port as much as they once were. Unfamiliar ships have been hauling in relief supplies, so if we pose as one of the transport ships, I think we can slip in. And if we divert some supplies to an unofficial channel, we might be able to secure a new mooring partner.
Smuggling in relief supplies for our own disaster. Cheeky bastards, aren't we?
It's what'll get us in.
That much is true. It's a plan.
Roger. I'll get right on it.
Exorzisten und
Hey,
Malakim.
Eleanor. Abbey exorcists don't pray to their tethered Malakim, do they?
You mean something besides our oaths?
An oath is a magical formula that grants you power in exchange for binding you to a rule, right?
Yes, though that is simplifying it a bit.
When Malakim receive human prayers, they bestow their blessings upon people and nature. Eisen told me that we Malakim grow stronger when humans pray to us.
Prayers and blessings? I've never heard of that. I used to think the same way as the other exorcists. Malakim are merely tools that allow us the use of arts.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But Innominat is different. The exorcists all worship him. They have faith in his mighty power. And not only that, the people of this nation pray to the Empyrean for salvation, just as Artorias instructs them.
Ah, I get it now.
See the wheels turning, do you, kiddo?
Huh?
Artorias founded the Abbey within the existing Church of the Empyreans, so that he could direct the people's thoughts towards Innominat, so that even while they lionize Artorias as their savior, they are made aware of Innominat's presence behind him.
Everyone starts believing in Innominat. The prayers of the entire world go to him, becoming his power.
After the centuries-long decline of Empyrean worship, he becomes stronger than anyone today could imagine.
The pieces do fit. Oaths, prayers, blessings, the demon blight. So much in this world is affected by matters of the heart. They hold magical power, both effective and meddlesome.
We are truly going up against the rest of the entire world, aren't we?
Don't look so troubled, Eleanor. I'm gonna do my best to get stronger, so believe in me. I am a Malak after all.
Oh, Laphicet, you've become so brave so quickly.
Have I?
But you're still cute when you get embarrassed.
Hey, why is your face so red?
Huh?
Das fragt sie irgendwie
My
oft.
face isn't red.
Ein Brief. Mit Lesebrille?
Hey, Eisen. What's it feel like to get a letter?
I don't feel anything, nor do I want or need to. There's no joy in
Das
receiving
glaube
these
ich ihm
things.
nicht.
Huh? Why not?
Don't be so shocked. Look,
Ach
it's just an
so.
invoice from the turtles. What's the big deal anyway? Do you wish you get letters too?
Yeah. But I don't have anyone to send letters to. Let alone anyone who would send me any.
Laphicet, I've got a letter for you.
What?
Hä?
Really? Who could it be from?
Vielleicht Kawana?
The sender is... Bienfu?
Yep. You got a letter from yours truly. I figured you'd be wanting someone to send you a letter right about now, so I wrote one up for you. What do you think? You're happy, right?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Bienfu.
I'll even read it for you.
Oh nein. Bitte
Dear
nicht.
Malak Laphicet, I hope that this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. Thankfully, I'm doing well myself, with no major changes to report.
Bienfu's taking all this so seriously. It's so rare to actually see him like this.
As you're aware, I've been spending my days ironing Magilu's outfits, sewing her buttons, and washing her hat and tremendously long socks. Recently, however, I made the mistake of remarking to her that she might not have been quite as slender as she once was in her younger years. She hung me upside down from the roof in the middle of the cold. I nearly became a frozen Normansicle. It was so horrible that I couldn't stop my tears from flowing down my little cheeks. Bien!
There's the Bienfu we know and love.
But all you wrote about in that letter was yourself. And you even read it out loud yourself.
That's okay. Thanks, Bienfu. It feels nice to get a letter.
Ja.
That's so kind of you to say. I think I might cry again.
Oh nein. Ich mag Bienfu wirklich nicht. Der geht mir ziemlich auf die Nerven. Zum Glück meldet er sich aber nicht mehr ganz so oft zu Wort wie noch vor einiger Zeit.
We've loaded everything bound for Helaviz. With that much trade, I doubt anyone will suspect us.
Any idea who can give us cover for docking?
Not anyone in particular, but recently the power and influence of the Helaviz Fishermen's Guild has caught my eye.
The Fishermen's Guild, huh? Let's bring them some extra relief supplies. Fuel, drink. And as for the drink...
12-year-old amber draft. The sailors of Helaviz have an eye for the stuff.
You heard that from Dial, I take it. He's got a sharp eye.
He took a bottle in payments, but I say we turn a blind eye to it. We thought we were the best at this kind of thing, but having him around has been a real eye-opener.
Okay, but tell him if he takes a second, he'll pay for it. Eye for an eye.
Aye, aye. I'll keep an eye on him so that he doesn't sneak off with another bottle.
The supplies are loaded. We can make for Helaviz whenever you want.
That was fast.
If we weren't hard workers, we wouldn't be sailors.
Eleanor!
Oh, what's wrong, Kamoana?
She said she had a dream about her mom.
Oder so.
When Mommy saw me, she said I looked scary. That she didn't want a scary little girl like me.
Na, das ist wirklich Unsinn. Ihre Mutter hat sie ja noch beschützt.
Your mother would never say that, sweetheart.
But how can you be sure?
Well, how do I put it? I know because I know.
You're just lying to make me feel better.
Aw, Kamoana, don't cry.
Ich mag dieses Kind nicht.
Oh, this is the part I hate about little kids.
I'm not a little kid. I hate you, Velvet. I hate
That's
you.
right, let it all out.
Stop it! Stop it! Mommy! I saw my mommy! She didn't want me!
She managed to cry herself to sleep.
They're not rational creatures. Sometimes you just gotta let them cry it out.
You seem used to it.
I guess you could say that. Luffy usually kept himself together when he was younger. But when he was really little, he had times like this every now and then. And on that note, let's take off all we can.
My liege, Dial, I leave Kamoana in your care.
I'll do what I can, but kids as sweet and honest as her are harder to deal with than corrupt bureaucrats.
An outlaw prince and a talking lizard are no replacement for a mother.
Man kann Mütter sowieso nicht ersetzen. Man kann vielleicht versuchen, eine Art Ersatzmutter zu werden, aber man ist trotzdem nicht dieselbe Person.
I do hope Kamoana isn't crying anymore.
Yeah.
Shush.
How long is it going to be before you send in another exorcist to replace Lady Teresa?
With these demons clamoring at our gates, none of us feel safe anymore.
You have our deepest sympathies, but we were sent here on a different mission.
That's what the last exorcist who came here said before leaving for the north. What could be up there that's worth all that attention?
Wir sind wohl auf dem richtigen
Surely
Weg.
we're not all being punished by the Abbey for what happened with Medusa, are we?
That is not the case. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have business to attend to.
So the exorcists are just passing through town and heading straight north. Odd.
Im Norden soll doch auch unser Jens Club sein, unser Ferien. Also, was ist daran so seltsam? Ach, da ist auch wieder so einer.
Ever since the Calamity showed up, everything's just gone to pot, I say.
Calamity? What do you mean?
I mean the demon who barged in and made a mess of our fair city. She's a nasty creature of pure evil, with an arm that eats anything that gets in her way.
Haven't you heard of her? The Calamity's been rampaging across the whole kingdom, not just here. Scant few have seen her and survived.
Huh. You don't say.
After the Calamity raised our ships and our port, the shipping guild fell apart, and our trade routes got poached by other ports. It's bad. The town relies on trade to make ends meet.
People are abandoning the city, and our streets are no longer safe. Not to mention the demon blight spreading again. Just the other day, a little kid turned into a demon. Just like that. What a world! What a world!
What have the exorcists been doing during all of this?
Well, Lady Teresa was in charge of this region, but she came up short against the Calamity and got a fat demotion for her troubles. Several new exorcists have been reassigned here, but once they arrive, they all traipse right off to the ruins up north.
This has to be Medissa's fault. If she hadn't gone and done something so stupid...
Medissa?
That's enough. This isn't something for outsiders to know.
You're right. Sorry. I'm really worried about what's going to come of this town.
Es wird doch wohl irgendjemand uns was über
Sounds
Medissa
like
erzählen
Hellafeast
können.
isn't what it used to be these days.
We need to ask around and find out more about what's going on here.
Agreed. Especially regarding the Abbey and those ruins. I'm also curious about this Medissa woman.
The ruins part makes sense, since the Earth Pulse point might be there. But why do you care who Medissa is?
Just a hunch. Something tells me she's worth looking into.
You're not gonna look into this Calamity chick? She sounds like a real terror.
Yeah, I think I'll pass. I already know plenty about what makes her tick.
Verdorben.
Are you all right, Madam Eleanor? Don't let those people get you down.
I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. But could you not do that thing where you blow air on me to dry my tears?
All right, I'll just pat your head then.
That won't be necessary either. But really, things are in a terrible state.
The town burned, the guild ruined, the abbey all but gone. It won't be a functioning port for some time.
You can't fault them for being upset. They had it real good here until we came along. Those Hellavesians were like spoiled children.
How so?
Elavise was once a tiny fishing village. The bountiful northern seas provided plenty enough fish to sustain their trade. But Flamestone gave them an easy way to get rich. And once they got a taste, they abandoned their old craft.
And now they're paying the price. But I've heard that the cooling temperature has covered half the northern sea in ice drift, making fishing much more difficult.
But the drifting ice carries tiny organisms, enriching the waters where it melts. The fish should be more plentiful than ever.
I suppose you may have a point.
We're ones to talk after what we did, but taking the easy path, then complaining as soon as it gets hard, that seems...
Spoiled, yes.
You said it, Laphicet.
I think my appetite's getting a little overindulgent, too.
That's not a bad thing. Just means you're healthy.
Giant squid come to these waters in this season. Should I ask Benwick to fish some up?
Yeah, and some normal octopuses, too.
Doppelt so schlimmes Unheil.
This calamity is... us, isn't it?
Well, we've been waging war with the Abbey everywhere we go, and now we're about to take it to a new level.
If we pull the next Therian off of the Earth Pulse point, it'll likely be Kamoana's village all over again.
The same devastation?
Ooh. I wonder if there's something worse than Calamity that they can call us.
This is no laughing matter.
People turn into demons in part due to their own malevolence. It's not like they're entirely innocent. But if there's someone out there who's being forced to act as Inominat's mouth, like Kamawana was, isn't saving them the right thing to do?
I cannot argue with that, but...
You don't have to worry. I'm the one who will devour the barrier. And I'm the one who will do what needs to be done.
Die Expedition ist zurück. Toll. Unterstützung der Herrin. Ja, komm, nochmal.
Scout ship setting sail.
Schadet bestimmt auch nicht, wenn wir ein höheres Level haben, bevor wir dann zur nächsten Station aufbrechen mit den Expeditionsschiffen.
The demon attacks have ground trade to a halt. But people are slowly starting to fish again.
Are you a fisherman too?
Aye. This town got swept up in the recent trade boom. But back when I was a young lad, this was a fishing port through and through. Ever since the shipping guild took over the docks, all of us fishermen got muscled out. Making this a commercial port has helped the town grow. But a lot of people weren't so happy with the guild.
It's too bad everyone couldn't just work together.
Once money gets involved, people change. That's true no matter what age you live in. The people know it's the ones making the money who lead the charge. But we follow anyway. It's human nature. I hope everyone changes their minds once we start rebuilding. But who knows what will happen.
Da hat er recht, das weiß niemand. So viele Sternchen.
Hey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sorry, I'm busy. Try someone else.
Excuse me. My name is Eleanor, and I'm an exorcist on patrol with the Abbey. I was wondering if I could solicit your honest opinion about how this town is being run.
Oh, I didn't realize there was an exorcist with you. Yes, please tell the Abbey we want Lady Teresa back. Her governance was strict, it's true, but at least we could live in safety. Now, all the exorcists run off to the Faldi's ruins and leave us here in the lurch. They value some dusty, faraway ruins over the lives of the good, hardworking citizens here. It's just wrong. We've always been cooperative with the Abbey's demands, and now this is what we get in return.
I see.
Ich hoffe, die haben wenigstens
The
einen
Abbey appreciates
Bürgermeister.
your, candor. I'll pass your comments on to my superiors.